Hey golfers, I just gave a lesson where the student was hanging back on their trail side, flipping the club, hitting behind the ball, losing all sorts of distance. If this is you, I have one simple fix for that, which worked like a charm for him. It's gonna work for you too. Hi, my name is Jonathan Smith, PGA teaching professional, and in my 20 years of giving golf instruction, I see basic fundamentals missed by golfers. They cause so many swing faults and massive frustration. So we're gonna get rid of that frustration, correct solid contact, and have you playing your best golf in no time. So let's make your next shot your best and do this right now. So what do all sports have in common where the athlete needs to either catch, throw, or hit a ball with another object? And that is the body is reacting to what the ball is doing or the position the ball is in accordance with what we're trying to do with the ball, whether it's catch it, throw it, or hit it with a baseball. If you think about a baseball player, what they do to hit the ball so solid is when a ball comes in, they're going to move their body into a position to where the bat can strike the ball and they can launch one way over there in center field. A tennis player, they're going to move their body one way or the other and then adjust their arm to strike it with a tennis racket. A football player, wide receiver, they're going out there, ball gets thrown to him, he's going to adjust his body to catch the ball. Here's the difference between all those other sports and golf. Is in golf, the ball is not moving. The only thing that's moving is our body and the club. So our body's reacting to a golf ball, to a ball that's not going anywhere. That's what makes ball position so important and can cause, when having bad ball position, can cause so many faults in a golfer's swing. That's what was happening to the lesson I just had, is he was struggling with hitting a golf ball solid because it was way back, too far back in his stance. Right? So he would get up here and he'd set up, he'd hit a shot, and then the shot would go way off to the right because the ball was in an incorrect position. So I told him, I said, hey, why would you have the ball so far back in your stance for something where you want to move with power and speed and motion forward? There's no reason to have it back there. So we moved it up, further up in his stance. And I said, let's make some motion, some swings where we try and feel that handle, that shaft of the club leaning forward in our swing. And he was able to hit a much better shot. So now we're going to get into the drill that fixed him instantly, called split stance release. Let's get into it right now. Before we get started with the drill, if you haven't been to my channel before, thank you so much for visiting and watching. Feel free, I'd love you to subscribe. I have online coaching available in the bio, so make sure you click on the link. We can get started on your swing, one-on-one private coaching. So now let's get into the drill, split stance release. And I'm going to be using a training aid that I absolutely love, and it's the divot board. This will also be linked in the bio. You'll get a discount if you go there and get it. It is a phenomenal training aid for understanding where your club is hitting the ground low point. So we're going to use that in this drill, and split stance release is working on a couple things. It's working on controlling the low point, it's working on controlling your balance, and it's working on direction. Getting away from a ball that goes weak off to the right for a right-hander or weak to the left for a left-hander. Let's get into it right now. I've got my divot board. The divot board has a yellow ball on here representing ball position. It's got two lines, and these are representing path of the club. So it's almost train tracks, and then you got your yellow ball sitting right there. I'm going to put it on the ground, and what I had my student do was he got into this position right here. Now we made sure, here's the key point, is that the low point of your swing is just left of your chin, right? So it's kind of left hack. And you want to make sure that you keep that just left or target side of the yellow ball. So when you make your good swing with this drill, you're gonna have the club bottom out. It's gonna be in a great spot. After we get split stance, I'm gonna set up. I feel some weight over here. The reason this foot goes back is because we don't wanna be falling backwards. There wouldn't be anything to support you. That is feedback. I'm then gonna make small swings. Starting out, you always wanna start out with small swings just because it makes it a little easier. And you'll get a pretty good, a really good result actually, because that one hit the ball and then it traveled left. The divot went left of the target, not behind the ball, I should say. And I took a fairly small swing, but as you can see, as I went through, I kept low point just left of golf ball, and we got it again. Now you can actually hit golf balls with this drill, and I'm going to right now. So let's go ahead and pull one out. And that's the beauty about these drills, is that as you're doing them, you can not only do them, inside if you can't get to the range, but you can also do them on the range, split stance. And that shot almost went the exact same distance as my full swing because this contact was so good, but it was just a small control, low point control divot where I really felt solid contact and created backspin on the golf ball. Now, as you do this and you get comfortable with this drill, we said there was split stance involved, but there also is release. And that is something that a lot of golfers have difficulty with. You'll see the best players not only have good weight transfer, they'll have rotation, but then they also have torque and force with the club. And the force of the club is when it moves back and moves through and comes back to the golf ball and then past and up and around. The torque is when the club face rotates like that. That's usually the most difficult part for golfers, is to be able to rotate the face of the club while moving the club at a high rate of speed, because tension happens in their hands. So you want to make sure that when you're holding the golf club, if squeezing as tight as you possibly can is 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, your grip pressure is somewhere around a 5 or a 6. That would be the best for a result that you would want. We got our divot. We want to do our release on this one. We're going to set up, and then on the way through, you're going to get me to about right here. What are you seeing? You're seeing the glove hand underneath of the trail hand. That's telling me that not only did I get the ball first and the ground second, but I also had a nice little release of the club. Sternum stayed just left of where the ball was, arms passed, and the face of the club rotated. So now we're going to hit one like that, and we're just, every single time we're hitting one, we're kind of adding on to this drill. This one, we're just adding sort of the hip high to hip high release position. Split stance. So now we're feeling good contact. We've done our split stance drill. We've included the release, solid contact. The most important thing about this drill is you want to make sure that as you're doing it, you're doing more repetitions with no golf ball than you are with the ball, because that's when we're most relaxed and you're able to put together good motion and a good habit. It's very easy to put together a bad habit. For some reason, we're excellent at it as golfers. So when you're practicing and rehearsing your swing, no golf ball there is the best. And that's what I had my student do. And as he did that, the results of his shots got a lot better and a lot better throughout the lesson. Yours will too. So let's go one more swing, and we're going to lengthen it out a little bit. I'm going to get into split stance again, only this time I'm going to go L to L. So that would be release as well. And again, ball first and the ground second. Let's hit one more. And that one went the farthest. It had actually a little bit of curve to the left that told me that my release was really, really good. And if you enjoyed this drill, please subscribe, comment, What did you like most about the drill? Again, one-on-one coaching, link in the bio, and we will see you in the next video.